Hi, this is Felix Olawale, and this is Candid Conversation with Expert 25. And today we have Quistar with us.
Good day, sir. Good day. Yeah, it's a pleasure being on same set with you. And I don't know, I've been a great, very serious fan of yours since a way back. So I've tried to see your workflow, the things you post online, and try to. So when Marvel was like, oh, you just drop it on our page. We have a group that we like to be on set with Quistar. I was like, ha! It was like it was like today. I was just asking me, do you know Avile? He said no. That he just he literally tagged me. There were a lot of other people in the group, and it just tagged was like Felix Olawale. We like to be on set with Quistar. I was like, I first look for one sticker and I drop it. I was like, really? He said yes. Okay. I said, how? He said, don't worry, just send me the questions you like to ask him and everything. So I think I came across your page on Twitter since 2023. I don't know if I think you wanted to do a master class or something. They posted it on Twitter on now X. So I was just like, okay. Then from there I came to IG to follow up. Then when I went through the page, I saw a lot of mad portraits, but most of them were female. So I literally thought the person behind the brand is actually a female. So one thing is that you don't usually post BTS, because those straight. So I was waiting to photos. Who is the person behind this? And that portrait. I think there was a day, maybe it was your birthday. Then it was, I was like, hey, no. It's actually a man behind this brand. And there was a day you literally posted your PTS. And I was like, okay. So I was like, your face was more out there. But you know me, I know when I see the picture, there are sometimes that I won't even see the name yet. And okay, let me say this: you might have seen, there might be a guy that you have seen on your comment that's always taking notes. And those days, I'm the one. So it's really a good pleasure being at this set with you, sir. Yeah, that's that. So straight to the questions. But Arabia, I'm supposed to come up with 100 of questions, but mother was like, oh, come on. I don't mind having the whole day with you. I wish we could actually be a portrait. But okay, sir. And okay, I would love you to also introduce yourself. I know people know you. Me, I know you. Mother, we know you. So, but I would love you to introduce yourself before I go into the question.
All right. Hi everyone. I'm Quistar, a portrait and creating editorial photographer based in Lagos, Nigeria.
All right. So let's go straight into the question. So the first question I have here is, what unique aspect of your photography style or personality has helped you establish a distinct and brand identity? How do you continue to nurture those elements? So I've what I said earlier, that when I see a particular picture, it gives your brand oh. So even before I see the name, sometimes maybe I probably see it on maybe your client's page before trying to check the name of the photographer. So how have you been able to maintain those elements? For we just coming up, that sometimes we do this. Okay, one of the things I think before you answer it, I noticed in your picture is you also do movement, motion. I actually tried to add it to my recently.
My Instagram bio says kinetic photography.
So it did there. Okay. So how have you been able to do that back to back and maintain the consistency, sir?
So I don't believe there are two very important things. that there are something that I consider important when it comes to like creativity or art. Really, there are a couple of things that I consider to be very important when it comes to creativity, maintaining your style, and it's the fact that I don't really value consistency a lot in terms of style,
Okay.
because I value uniqueness more than consistency. I mean, of course, consistency
Yeah.
helps in a lot of ways, but like I typically value uniqueness more. But I suppose your consistency might be the fact that you are unique and trying something different every time. So like the fact that you're trying something different might be consistently trying something different.
Okay, even in those different things you are trying, there's still you, your friend, it.
Precisely. So that's what I'm getting in terms of the things that I can be important.
Okay, sir.
Trying something different. And second thing, in where I would have said consistency is where I would say using your own personal experience
Okay.
and perspective. Then that's how you find the things that you like. Difference between both of us,
Yes, sir.
apart from physical looks, of course. Yeah, considerably way more handsome.
So I won't take that. See, you it's not you. But
The point is, I know the difference from what I was used. The unique experience,
okay, yeah.
the way you grew up, where everything as someone, and the way we see life. So if we see this chair and we see this bright,
Yeah,
I see something, I have something else.
differently.
So those two things
I get that.
will always be the difference between, even when it comes to twins.
Yeah.
Experiencing like maybe the father always says, you are always I do with class, so that's nice. You should do better. That's it, even as minute, that's a little bit of
I guess.
difference in experience. I mean, the way they see things will never also be the same, it might be different. So that's how you now discover what you like. Now after finding what you like, you now incorporate it into your heart. So now, for example, I like a lot of drama. I'm actually drama for the sake of drama, and drama can be minimalist in terms of just I see how they raise outfits. So I like a little bit of drama. I just like I don't want everybody can take portraits. Like you can paint portrait, I can paint portrait. But at the end of the day, yeah, because you're a portrait for my portrait, my job be the fact that my backdrop is the plain backdrop, but I decided to add a color gradient to one side of the backdrop. That way, you will see very apart. And I don't have to do something huge, just something that takes like 3 seconds, 5 seconds, that I did to make it stand out. And why did I do that? Because throughout the years, I've always like a gradient of color as opposed to just solid colors.
Okay.
You have already loved solid colors, right?
Before you continue there, so there was a day you were on IG Live with Akorede portrait.
Oh yes.
And you were showing him something, a Mortal Kombat. Different. So I was not really able to, like, I took a call came in, I was so pained. So I don't know, I think Akorede portrait was doing a series of teaching online, was in ID. So that I just saw that notification because I follow him too. And so with Quistar, I plaster. So that they actually showing different color, or I think the games they were trying to
Give different combines. So I learned like that everything from different areas.
Okay.
Right? So that very thing, just the fact that I know I like gradients.
Yes.
And I think that people can follow with gradient if they see it in a very easy way. As I incorporate it into my work, that makes it stand apart automatically. That's one thing. Then of course there about flying fabric, then movement. So end of the day, learn about creativity. I think that's where it comes from. The fact that we have to have a well to draw from, which is your experience. Things that you see in the past, I mean now apply it to your own work. So even though somebody bids you a particular work, say you want to create this. Even when I did yours, it will not be the same because you've combined a lot of things right in way that you can draw from, and then I think Sherlock Holmes calls it mind palace. To mean that you hear where you like draw people. So one of these I always have done in that sense is because a lot of people cannot watch movies uploading like me. For a lot of people just doing things like that. It's normal. They can do something like we know the magazines. Find the top 10 magazines in the world. Find their cover pages for the past 10, 20 years. Just stop it being. Because these people have figured out the things that work over the years. So like that's like each of the people, person that maybe took a particular Marvel cover as decades of knowledge that has crystallized
into
into that one cover.
that you can have access to.
And you were just having access to it in one cover. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So just that's it essentially. That's at the end of the day, I feel like that is how you can nurture your creativity. Of course, still continue, not like you depend on something that you do under that business. Nurture and obviously stand out consistently.
Okay, sir. So this is the second question. So, sir, how do you leverage on social media like Instagram, TikTok, and I don't know, maybe other platforms you use to bit that helps you, and the strategies you use to in promoting your brand and your business?
In for that actually, I think there was a time like I don't know 3 years ago qualified. I did a course called Candid Digital Skills. I don't know if anybody knows. I think it's free for Africa, basically just to like enlighten Africans about social media. Yeah, generally, and how to promote their businesses and stuff like that. Actually, because and the course like helped me a lot. And so like there's stuff that you don't really there's stuff that I learned from me that I just apply by default. Like, they don't mention anything about him. You understand? So like in a couple of things like you know how to use hashtags, etc. stuff. Like, for example, I see today, I mean, every post I make on International Women's Day or often have good engagement just because of the fact that you know I know kind of like everybody will have the hashtag, but like
What of the pictures?
I mean, of course, here right now is still on me. Yeah, there's sometimes you know I made a YouTube picture that there's a man that I made some of my favorite pictures and when he did anything.
One thing about this social media thing is that this picture that is shocking you, like me, that I think that this is like one of my best portraits. I'll put it out there, and these people will just look at it. And the portrait that I'm feeling, like I might ask my wife, I said, post it. I'm like, let me just put it out there. When I see them, see it having a lot of engagement. So, but that International Women's Days hey, if I should sit down on those 20 pictures, there were 20 slides. Yeah, stay on that. Those pictures were, I don't want to. But please,
So basically, for example, applying hashtag username, Google my business, or so like you just you might need anyone that has a business business and does not have like a social media manager or expert, might need to go after this after more kind of knowledge, taking those kind of courses, stuff like that. And then it took me like 2 weeks to finish the course. Because there's a lot of series of different social media aspects and corners we're talking about and discuss and explain.
So I guess you're like here to do that. If anybody were anywhere to do that,
They will just automatically be better at positioning themselves. I think even as good because I don't do that. No, on the social media. I don't go to the what that calls the society. It's as good, and that's because there are a lot of people that when they manipulate a picture and the blow up from it, like the blur. I never had that kind of blow. I always had slow and steady, consistent level of improving, gaining followers, gaining and engagement. It's a day at a time. Do you understand? What they call it, baby steps. You have that. So although but I have to say that that's also one of the best ways because you're not doing anything particularly controversial or exploitative. And the elements taking it just over the time at your own pace. So now I'm trying to like give some things to like social media handlers. For example, when the man's run ads, I don't run myself anymore. I used to run myself. I use the Meta, Amamta, but I don't that I just pay someone. My TikToks somebody started with of running that stuff like that. So like
I'm imagining people handle stuff now. Bill initially.
So for we just coming up, you guys do it by ourselves.
Precisely. So just take courses. I recommend going digital skills for Africa as the bare minimum.
So you guys are getting this thing for free. No, now master class. Okay, sir. So this is the third question. So we still have like 100 more questions to go.
So sir, you can do this.
So, sir, collaborations can be a powerful way to expand our reach, like as a creative, and especially with upcoming creatives like this. So, how do you make use of it? Like, okay, let's say when you were not the big Quistar that you are now. When you are now putting on this room attire, when you're still dressing like this one. So this I'm trying to do more with collaboration where I'm trying to get a professional makeup artist, a professional model, a professional stylist. So by that, we'll be able to come up with a good outcome and when by the time we pitch that to a client, it knows that, okay, this is a good job. This is someone I can go for. So when you were still coming up, how were you able to like make use of collaboration in the right way to get clients?
So I am missing this every time, but only people around me. I never ever said it online. When I did the Lagos, was it 2020?
Wow.
I don't remember. 2021. Because I didn't grow up in Lagos. I'm not from Lagos, so I got a Lagos. And the first thing I did when I said I wanted to be serious with photography more was I started Lagos Island makeup artists. Or I think I was doing at Chevron, Chevron makeup artist, Chevron fashion designer, Chevron hairstylist, and I sent a customization to all of them. I tested all of them, like done the of like pages with lights. I am a huge fan of figure your second notes. I don't think after that I learned that works. I think after I knew that I felt like this work is not good enough to. So I don't know, most of the people that reply me people that are married people older than I am. Most people that do feel like they need to show pride or anything to somebody that is new to Lagos, because I said that I need to Lagos in my message and I didn't have followers. I tell you like 1.5 or something. I don't remember.
I can't really.
Yeah, but expenses already that had 50k plus. So, but I knew that whether you reply me or not, it really doesn't matter. I mean, if you don't reply, it doesn't matter. That's bad. So, yeah, point. If you're out of the day, it's not even matter. Because I'm pretty that I tasted up to 100 people in different areas.
Wow.
And only about 5 or 6 replied me. I was still up to today that the makeup artist Technique, makeup artist Alibay, makeup artist Wikis. I thought I replied this and today. You know, I'm taking anybody from my where I am, but I really spend this people to that. Easy to that and my like. And who you now went was apart from that. So the a lot of things that went into it. First of all, my work was big. That's the number one thing. Right? My work was already big. In fact, I still got bit because of my work back then. So, man, the advantage is the years after graduation, and then I also advise you. I will advise you to go after someone who's usually get followers or no engagement. I just wanted to create, and I wanted the best people to create with. Right? So I wanted the best makeup artists.
Yeah.
I wanted the best hairstylists because I know what I'm capable of doing. I have best things that are very good. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like is it like I wanted to use their clouds or something. It's not that. I just knew, it's a lot of confidence. I knew when I was, because I came from Ibadan and I knew that where I was, I didn't work with a lot of people that were top of their games. We did people that I work with that were a lot of good, but like not every time. I don't work every time doing a collaboration with people that were at top of their games. And I knew all I was capable of when I work with people that are top of their games, right? So that's why I went after these people. So that was all that was after. That was just it. I love this. I had to like carry my gear, carry my light, my softbox, everything, go to their studio and go and shoot this. and we need pictures and deliver. So really, when my thought process, my mental model, my foundation in terms of thinking helped a lot. Because if you take the pictures and they say, that they're not posting here, stop EDCA, you're getting gentle, all this stuff, it might affect the way you feel about the pictures. But if the reason you care about is additionally to deliver the best picture, with nothing else will hurt you. Do you understand? And that was and I just wanted to take this picture and upload my page. That's I just wanted to use my page. Because I don't even want to ask them. I didn't have works that I was super proud of at that point. So my point was my goal was do pictures, make great images, right? Upload them, run ads, and get clients. Right? Now I decided to realize that okay, there was another way to actually get clients. Which was after I take the pictures and these people upload. Everybody I have to see, okay, they really have a client base in millions. If the work is good, the client will ask, what are these pictures? What are those images? How did you rate it, this stuff like that? And they will come and meet me. So I realized that face and I'm like, okay, good. And I didn't have to convince him to open the pictures because, like I said, pictures were good.
No go. Quistar snap you.
So I'm not shooting them, but we're using models. I made sure we were never shooting anybody that was no model because it's not like we're not doing any fishes for anybody. I mean, of course, if you develop the years, then of course later you cannot do shit with yourself and do for them. But that top point is just about pure creativity, and that really killed a lot at that point in time, and that was the important thing. So we created, and I was also lucky that a lot of people that referred me. For example, Mrs. Alibere, she would also, if the client comes to my studio, she follow the client, help with the hairstyling of the client, help with all of the things that might not have been perfect if she was not around. I should look at that to say, she will help with the client, when the fly fabric, she help us fly fabric, she will do this, she will do that. So, I guess I was lucky because everybody. She was always very good to me, and she did all this. She did act too. So I guess, and of course, also mutual respect. I respected that. She respected me. She wanted me. Whatever the way I really needed to create, she wanted me to succeed. Today she's one of the most ideal for me. God, wow! She went from this to this. Yeah, stuff like that. So like, at the end of the day, I also feel like I'm very needed of character and energy. You understand?
Right, it matters.
So I could tell that this person is an amazing. You find that in shit, he kept changing the time, their chemical. But I knew that beneath all of that stress that we're going through, she know how I was stressing in those circumstances. You understand? So I could still stick around. Even I sense when you're stressed and anybody who can, I cannot run my purpose of mind. I'd rather be in my house. He never come back. God, no, that time thing say
After you buy a new one.
I wanted you to replace my nose, so you may replace my nose. So whenever I ask anybody that I feel like it's going to stress me, I zoom out. I also want to like people feel like I'm planning in terms of bookings because I don't follow up. If a client makes a price, I don't follow up. You're supposed to look. I don't do that. Because and I'm not saying you should not do it there, you would have to do it there, you can do it there. But for me, it's a little bit of Nigerians like the advantage. You feel like you're desperate. You're not desperate. You sense it and you feel like you're desperate. You take advantage of it. So that's why it's one of my policies not to follow. If you reach out, I understand the fact that you see quality.
Exactly.
And you come for the quality no matter no more you come. You see, most of the guys that saying they want to do it. They want the other for the referral that the price is cheaper. I'm like, okay, I will advise that they go with that. I will personally advise that they go with that. Because at the end of the day, you convince them, they'll be like, you convince me, you tell me, it's the absurd you say, basically, So, collaboration, good way of character, just go for the creativity. Make sure that we are in from creativity, not for any other thing.
So, and I think when you add that group and team, then like the energy of everyone was like the same. Like even when the image dropped, like I think you guys tried to push it out there, like maybe on your social media. So
if you push some more, You could actually push it more.
Okay.
But me, I'm very lazy about stuff like that. Because pushing it more, if any day club collaboration, you're supposed to pay like blogs, etc. to post. So that's how to push, like copper pushing.
Okay.
Have a budget for paying blogs, have a budget for trending, run others.
Okay.
So we didn't even do up to that. Do you get a point? But we see push in terms of, okay, we play maybe when you upload, you post somebody and maybe like when you make a party's post, like I post on my story that people see that, oh, okay, this and this and this. Of course, tagging everybody, that one is a given. You have to do that, yeah. So basically, yeah.
Alright, so thank you very much. So there's this question I want to ask. So, and I think there was a day you posted your BTS a video, okay, and then you mentioned the gadget, the jazz you use, and I think you mentioned LP, Canon US LP, and my lens and 50mm 1.4, and I was like, wait, you use LP to I have access to LP to make it up. So I literally thought maybe, like if maybe R5, so when I saw like, wait, LP. So there's this, like, I'm this kind of person whereby you can't even tell me that gadget does not matter. I feel it puts you blow you. Gadget don't matter, okay? So now we creative, most of us just coming up, we don't have access to those high-end quality gadget whereby you have to make do of what we have. You get what I'm trying to say? So what do you have to say in that? Like, how do you can't say you started with LP. There's a possibility you started with the crop sensor or a full frame.
Yeah.
So even when you were still using those
6D. My first camera was a Nikon 300 or 330. I've forgotten. My mother sister on the picture of it. 2 different days. She has a find a camera on my own. That I see using something system a picture. Like
I think that camera should be on one shelf. Yeah.
And now I loaded it in my mother's house. That's my first camera. And my second one is 60. Camera 60.
Yes.
Yeah. And my 50mm. If you teach an story and my first story that has the 60 and 50mm on it.
Well,
my real story that I took back then. So these are so what I advise is when in this situation where you have a lot of kids, you can balance it with other things like the knowledge of lighting.
yes.
Focus on studying lighting or learning, getting used to your camera. So for example, one of the things that I feel like makes a huge difference is color profile on your camera. Like just checking it, just going ahead and checking and trying to see, will this fit this cloud? Will this fit this cloud? So just that's something that a lot of people don't even do. I didn't know why, but a lot of people do it. It makes a huge deal of difference. There's stuff I was supposed to do on my fashion shoots, and then they kind of wanted a particular thing, and then I was thinking, I don't have this song like that. I just took my color profile. I don't even fit the precise that she was looking for. No, I think that time, I was supposed to buy a new camera. I paid for a new camera in waiting for a shoot. This will be a lot of money. Yeah, it will be a lot of money, and I didn't want to mess it up. But I mean, maybe I used to have a lot of focusing issue with my city back then. So I paid for me. The camera didn't arrive in time. So in that period, the camera didn't arrive in time. I was bored of my camera. I was able to use them now. 5 years, 3 years, people in that I really want to switch to this. So I used that period to just get accustomed to my camera. And I went everywhere with that camera. That was what is this camera? What are the things I can do? What are the things I can tweak? How are the things I can? I just started doing that. When new camera came. When new camera came. The way I opened from the box, we went from the way it was when I was using like an hour of checking. Because I didn't John Alex from the previous camera after that. I apologized to him, and then I just like I installed with that period. Because I gained more knowledge. So people don't get used to that. I feel like you should get used to your camera. Check out the in and out. The time that whenever I was using my new camera, it was scrubbed a little bit. And I have to go into it and then set it to full frame manually. Just just a matter of getting used to the camera and checking it out and saying that. So basically, so I feel like if you feel like you don't have the best gear, but we can try to get used to where you have at the particular point in time. And I'm not saying you should. That's not making you do it's making you do what you have, but we're not managing what you have. Because like you're sticking with just the camera and you. We're building knowledge in terms of lights,
Okay.
and you are maximizing the camera, like learning more about the camera. So I know that is making you do what you have. It's not just you where you have. We're using something more now because you are balancing.
You have a greater knowledge.
So everything that I typically do, that I used to do back then, was also do a lot of outdoors. This is not because I didn't have a lot of gear, I don't have a lot of lighting equipment. I didn't have AD back then. Yeah, so do you understand? So I do a lot of outdoors, just shoot outdoors, no matter like shoot. And that was a lot of if the clients do outdoor now. In fact, I like outdoor more than studios. And this is one of the things that one of the things that is very, very common on my youth, because we like that I had to do more when I'm editing on the backdrop. And I had like some clear black stuff going in, just and it's because I want to create natural feel, and because I get blood in the studio. And you've heard of Libel's in the band big. Also these people that had very big space that they want to be 400k, 900k, and the quiet day, I hate being one photographer. Right there to still play and keep your independence. So basically that's it.
Okay, sir. This particular question is one of the questions that I think a lot of us wants to. We want to hear an answer from someone up there.
So, sir, we all know my band. Oh, yeah, I'm out there.
Yeah. I just like. So you say you're not there, bye. I mean, I don't know if I am there. Because I'm not gonna.
Okay, sir. So, sir, right in building a brand is actually not the easy stuff, and being in Nigeria is actually you are already let's say one O behind because the kind of country we find ourselves and everything. So, what can you give us if possible an example of a mistake you make while building your brand and how you were able to approach it? Knowing that okay, I made this mistake right now. Okay, so how were you able to go through it? How were you able to approach it to be able to overcome it? And now you can say, okay, I made this particular mistake, but this is exactly what I did. Yeah.
So I don't actually had this picture and this particular question before, and I didn't have anything to say. But I think right now I can do something actually, so that makes sense. So there's a time in my brand I used to upload pictures of just any picture, right? Like I upload any picture I'm proud of.
Okay. Any picture
I'm proud of. I upload, even if it's where I take picture of the world. I think I told people that I actually blew the picture of the 3-year-old kid. When that may not be a blow, in terms of my own thing about other people in time, that was the first picture. So the thing about it is I realized that you have to curate your page to your potential clients.
Okay.
So you're not people that okay, how much am I charging? What are the people that can typically afford me, and what would be for? Okay, then I started trying to I'll upload the pictures that will appeal to them. I see the pictures that I love, but a lot of pictures will appeal.
I think I can relate to that.
Do that, friend? To appeal to the people that can really afford me, or people that will be using in my craft. That's when I started doing that more. So that mistake was that I was uploading pictures
for the fun of it.
Arbitrarily, just because I love this particular picture. It's not bad. The more I created a personal page, not a personal page, an entire page where I can upload any picture. That was how I was able to fix it. Now I'm not even concerned on that other page. because I've not been doing a lot of collaborations. I've been shooting my mostly clients. I'm not precisely people that I used to read to shoot stuff like that. The way I could. So that's one mistake I feel like I made early on. That's a branding.
Thank you very much for sharing that with us. This next question is, so the photography business industry is actually evolving every day. Like today there is a new gadget there. See that your gadget with the hot, another hotter one will come out, and with that, and my fellow colleagues, you can relate. Me are down there, we're like, at least we should calm down. Let us buy one mirrorless face before we die. So, sir, and how do you do it? How have you been able to stay adapted with that? Okay, as the industry evolves, because the same kind of pictures you created like in 2022 can't be this. Even if it's the same concept, there's still some other stuff you have to adjust, because okay, let's say now in the photography industry right now, the kind of portraits that sharks people and clients in 2021 won't be the same kind of portrait that now we have to add textures, you have to add a lot of like motions to it. So how have you been able to, okay, whenever you spot it, how have you been able to adapt it, and how have you been able to bring it into your own brand so that you won't look different? Like whenever you are creating, they still see the uniqueness in your pictures. How have you been able to maintain that?
So you see something that I really like. So of course there are several trends.
Yeah.
So I'll always go with things that I like personally out of them. So yeah, like 10 trends, but like two. It's those two that I incorporate.
Yeah.
And it's also fit into my idea of growing and having a mind palace, a knowledge bank.
Okay, yeah.
So you can learn, you can gain something from anywhere, from anything. I think I don't do this in my style. Like so I feel like even what makes you the most known photography is not what everybody's doing. It's what you have been doing for such a long time that you have refined it, that I didn't stay that either only you can do it, or that your unique style now becomes the trend.
People start copying.
That's the machine money. In any business, not even photography, in any business. Usually, if you typically at the top level, it typically is worth anybody charging above 500k per look. It's extreme, within the half, like it's extremely rare. However, if your unique style, personal style, becomes the generally accepted trend, you can start charging 1 to m per look. Because of that uniqueness.
People will pay for it.
There's a time that there's a particular trend that before when the photographers started following the particular trend we have right now, there's only someone that used to do it, and everybody wanted to book that body photographer. Like everybody wanted to go. And at that particular point in time, well, of course, because we adapt over the time, it's still hot. But like, there's a point, that time was the hottest. All we were looking for. Do you understand this? And that's why I try not to follow trends. Because I can adopt a particular trend and put into and even discard some. If I realize that a lot of clients don't like it, it contains that a lot of clients don't like this particular trend. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's boils down to do what you like. It's hard. I did it because I feel like whenever I can do this because I'm very, very stubborn in a lot of things, and I do not. If I do a picture for a client, the particular trend that my page has a client wearing brown background, and there's a green gradient to brown on the backdrop. I think this is my highest performing post right now because I have like 9,000 plus likes. The picture, when I sent that picture to the client, she said she didn't want the green. She wanted it clean because she's simplistic. And that's the client, that's what she wants. I have to give her what she wants. Then,
Yeah, I get post.
you post on what
Yeah,
I like. Yeah?
I get that.
You get that? So, she wanted minimalistic. I wanted a little bit of drama. It's still minimalistic, but just kind of drama. And it blew the picture up. And of course, he paid dividends. And I thought that is my, the best performing post right now.
So, what happened, we not do that because they are, I sped on. Let me put it that way. You understand?
Stay stop.
Yeah. Stay still because they're the creative, you're more than knows what's best for you. Even though you might not even know what's best for your client, she might know what's best for her. Look at them.
Try to.
This is what she wants, satisfy her. But then, so I want to define a trend. And the only way you can do that is refining your style, refining it, make it the best of what it is. And everybody will come around and be like, okay, this is what we want to be doing. This is what we not find attractive.
This is now find that.
That's a way to make money in photography. In my opinion, even I disagree. I think you can make money in another year's course, definitely, because I feel like you top $3,000 in every state, you make money no matter what. But even whether you follow trend or not, I still get trend, definitely. But if you are like me, that you are not, we are not part of the top photographers. I just lucky I had blamed by God, and they are starting from scratch, and we are, you say we are not particularly ratty.
Yeah, like
We are not.
yes, sir.
You don't have mentors in the industry that immediately are behind you calling on me getting better.
You actually need more of that to yourself precisely. So we need, I think that's where Marvel is.
Your own vision. Oh, you never appreciate Marvel a lot.
Thank you, Marvel.
You can blow.
Thank you very much, sir, for doing this.
Yes, sir. But this last question is just so. Do you do only portraits? Do you do anything else like maybe wedding, commercials? And at what point did you like made that decision? Okay, this is what I want to major on, like more of portraits. And how were you able to like discover that? Like maybe okay, you have tried the other type of photography, and okay, this is what I think I want to do.
So I feel like I'm not even doing what I want to do yet.
Really?
But I'm not doing the kind of photography I would love to do yet.
Wow.
But right now, like I'm majorly with portraits, lifestyle, creative photographer. Once I really with, I want like that period, just like the entirety of my page that time to be all about weddings. And I haven't done enough to like add that kind of body of work to put out on weddings. But I said because a lot of clients don't really care about wedding pictures. I hate to say it, but a lot of clients pay 2 million, 3 million for wedding pictures, and you don't really care about the pictures. And the reason I'm saying that is because I don't like the fact that my brothers and sisters in the wedding industry have the warming up and down, they have 10 minutes to create. I shoot, it takes like 15 minutes to shoot an outfit. Yeah, then I mean, in a year, it might not be 15 minutes, it might be less than that.
Yeah.
Less than more than that, the client is kind of client that wants to post like this, post like that, post like that.
Yeah.
But like, typically, you understand, 15 minutes, and I like to create, I like to take my time to create. And another, a lot of people, they don't have that time because they give the makeup artists and base stylists all the time, and then you have to run and meet them and step them and do it. So say the kind that they are very serious at photography, not to say, okay, we dedicate this time to you. Those are the ones that I end up shooting. So I totally shoot more of other human.
Okay.
We have already.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Understand. So every time I refer to name their phone and then to go to test that. But those ones will really know my process as much as the older people. Then I advise them. If they're within having a relationship on that day, before when we are making the piece and covering the ready.
Yeah.
Meaning the pastor knew their pastor is ready and you because they are the spend left time, then they cover all of the stuff. So it's a lot.
Yeah, I get that.
To balance everything and stuff like that, but like most of tried those. But like I don't put myself in that station. I need assurance. I don't put to give it. So that's why I don't do that way. So I feel like I can shoot anything actually. Anything. Product photography, commercial, I feel like I had enough mileage. I had enough let me call it knowledge because that is simulated crowd. I don't call it knowledge. But I had enough like let me say, creative memory bank to dip into it and do something new with a mini project with each project. Yeah.
Okay, we can't wait to see do those things. Right. Thank you very much, sir.